Period in time once where I used to listen to the John Tesh radio show when I was married, which would have been at least 12, 13, 14 years ago now. But I want to bring this up because I was just going into work, taking my empty trays and stuff like that when I'm done with all the empties from the place I deliver and they return the empties. Uh, and I heard the John Tesh radio show on, which, it sort of brought back a little nostalgia anyway, but beside the point. Here's what I wanted to point out with people like that. In case anyone doesn't know who John Tesh is, John Tesh is like he's a public figure. He has a radio show. He plays piano and sings, and he's a good guy. And I'm sure people like him. There are many people like that have a show that gives you tips on life, and he has a John Tesh radio show that gives you tips on your life and stuff like that. Well, here's the only thing, in this new world, a new conscious world. We shouldn't have people that, even if they're doing good, trying to help people with tips on how to make money, on how to relationships, on how to whatever, all the stereotype storylines that we do, and nothing wrong with those things. I mean, they're still going to happen. People are going to stop having relationships and stop, wanting money for a little while until they really realize that it's really the only way to make things completely better for everyone. Because putting value on anything more than another thing separates it. And it doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter that people are like, well, you have to because blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. You don't. You don't. As long as you're alive and surviving. That's the only thing you don't even need to worry about that. So nothing needs to be done. Yes, we should have some structure so that we get things done and we don't live a life of pointlessness and so that we can communicate. That's all true. But nothing needs to be done. So we should not be killing each other over contrast and ideas. But back to what I was saying about the John Tesh radio show. When people like that see me when I go to have my channel, or no matter what I do, no matter where I go, where I perform, what happens with me, you will not see me doing my radio show or my show or anything like that and talking about something heartfelt, because I'm here to help. I'm here to help the world be a better place. I say save the world, and I know that sounds all gooey. So I would say assist people in becoming who they really are. Assist people in becoming they're better for themselves. Not for me, but for themselves. And by becoming better for themselves, they're better for the world. Because if you're truly good for yourself, you're not going to harm other things. So if you've got to start truly being good for yourself and to yourself. So I see these people, and he has this really meaningful tip on life and on weight loss or something like that. And then right after that he goes, it's like you see a show where they're doing this, and it's this meaningful thing, meaningful. The lights dim, the voices go soft. This meaningful, heartfelt thing touches your heart. It touched my heart. And then all of a sudden they turn to the side and say, have you ever been sad, tired, lonely, and not been able to sleep? Take nighttime Z-Tol and you'll go to sleep right away. And then they go back to their thing what I was saying about love. It's like, I will never be a spokesperson, and I don't care about sponsors. I don't care about anything like that, because that stuff is just garbage. It's not. I had nothing against anyone who does those things. It's like playing a game and getting money for Monopoly so you can buy the next property. But promoting somebody else's name so that they can promote their service and make money. If I ever promote something, I'm going to be able to say their name. I'm not going to say McDonald's or Walmart or any corporation. I use those as a corporation name. I'm not going to use a corporation name. Conway and O'Malley, go there right away. Or anything like that. Using any brand name. I will not use a brand name and have them be like, because they sponsor me, go there because I'm their spokesperson. I will never, ever, ever have anybody pay me to be a spokesperson. And I don't care. Mark that word. I will never be a spokesperson for somebody. If I can't say their name and know their first name and their last name, and know that they are providing a service for people that involves them being involved. It's like it's a activity or a service or a way to help people that requires them to be active in it, not something that's going to help people make money. Because what are people doing with money? They're blowing it on garbage. They're spending it on garbage. What do you need money for? A service or a material thing that you don't need. You don't need it. So, nothing against any of those people. John Tesh radio show, I love that show. I've listened to it. He plays. I like his music because it's not so garbagey and pop culture and about I'm that kind of trick. It's the weirdest kind of stuff we're doing right now. and okay with. We're just letting it go because what can you do? You can't tell people to stop because then you're the bad guy if you say, hey man, you shouldn't really be doing it. Don't you think you should care about people? And they're like, I gets mine out there in these hard streets, dude. I gets mine out there. Shut up. People need to grow up. Am I wrong? I mean, anyone out there right now, are you a person walking around and be like, yeah, homie, I got to get mine. You don't know how hard it is out here. I fucking know how hard it is. And nobody's stupid. Anyone out there who thinks other people aren't having a hard time, no matter what your situation, yes, it may be worse, it may be better. It's all just your own personal look at it. You know, some people might like to be homeless so they don't have a place that they have to worry about. Some people might like to do things that you would think would just be horrible. So quit talking about your life being hard and do something to make it better. And don't think the only thing that can make it better is having some money. Those bills that are there are going to be there. Those things that are there are going to be there. Your mind being eased and being in the moment, alive, here, present, is all that really matters. And this isn't because, you know, woo-woo and all those kind of practices say so. That's true. If your mind isn't under control, you're all over the place, you know. I'm all over the place because my brain is full of a lot of information. But I'm not all over the place when I'm by myself or wherever I am. When I'm not trying to relay a message, put things into word. I'm using my brain for operation right now. So I have to do this and I'm thinking. But other times, like if I have stress coming up, I can leave my brain. I can just shut it off and say, guess what? I'm in control of this. And that's something that everyone could use. Everyone. Because think of the world leaders who are the people that are starting wars and all these kind of things. If they had a little ability to control themselves and think about it before they did that, there would never be a need for violence. There would never be a need for defense or protection or anything like that because there would never be an attack. Our defense would be on like making sure that after nature does its environmental stuff, we make sure we clean up and keep things structurized, you know, clean up the mess that nature may make as it does its changes. You know, we have to do our thing. We have to do our part. We're here to help nature. We're just products of nature. We're just here. We're not the masters of nature. We're the product of nature. Nature can easily wipe us out with a storm, a tornado. We're not invincible, you know, like, especially not our bodies aren't. But anyway, I don't want to get onto that. I'm just saying that I heard that and I'm thinking to myself, like, we need people out there that are ready to go out there and make it without needing money from anybody. And I'm totally fine. I understand why people are doing it because they feel that's the only way to do it. I don't care that I don't have the best quality. I would like it. I'm reaching out to try to work with people who are willing to work with somebody who really has a message for the world, who really cares to help, and who really loves you without worrying about where the money's going to come from, because that is not the end game goal. It's not. So I look forward to doing more in the future, and no matter what I do, I won't be some spokesperson. I'm not going to promote somebody, like I said. If I can't say their name and know that they're going to help people with something that's actually beneficial, I'm not going to promote a product. So I just think that people need to start thinking more about what they're doing and how they're doing it and how they're going about doing it and letting people buy them off. Oh, I can have this time if I promote, maxi pads, or if you tell me that, do you need plumbing? Like, do you really want to be somebody's spokesperson? Especially some of the stuff that they promote during their shows. Like, go to McDonald's. Oh, go get a triple double supreme and a super shake, upsize it. Yeah. And that's the kind of stuff they promote. And other people don't see that as in, why would you have a promotion of something? I don't know. Let me not get into that. Anyway, peace.